let's begin. Okay, great. So when you talk about when we talk about places, right, digital places where people stay in touch, people are connected. What do you call these?
Platforms.
Oh, platforms. Okay, good. So they are platforms, and so that's any other words for platforms or actually it's
Social media
social
platforms.
social media platforms. Okay, social media platforms. Good. So this is a good word. Now most of the time they use platforms. Before it was kind of websites. Apps. You could say social media apps, but platforms is the technical word, the ones that we like the most because they can be in online like a website. It could also be an app. It can be and so it's a little bit more complex. Okay, great. So we have this, okay, and great. And there's another word here. So, hi Magda.
I'm sorry, guys, but I got problems with Zoom. I don't know. I couldn't connect.
No problem. No problem. Welcome. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you. And you?
Great. Thank you. Welcome. We just started talking, so you didn't miss much. We're going to talk about social media platforms.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Right? And there's a nice expression here that you can use, defining features. What do you think this means? Defining features. Anybody?
I mean, for Snapchat, it can be the disappearance of the photo after some time, like 10
Wow.
seconds, 15 seconds, like the main point or the main feature of the app.
Exactly. So yeah, in general, of course, you can use defining features in a lot of different contexts. But here, yeah, it's the defining. It means that give it its definition, that are unique to it. So what defines? You could say what defines the platform? What makes it unique? What makes it different? What are yeah. So what are the things that are that people know about it, like the famous things about it? So here, just to warm up, very easy. We're going to talk about Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Of course, this lesson was created 2 weeks ago, so now it's not Twitter, but you can. Does anyone know what the new name is?
X.
X, yeah, X. Okay, X. Okay, so so Twitter is now X, but we can. I mean, if you say Twitter, it's okay, no problem. And then, so compare and contrast these social media platforms. What are their defining features? How are they similar or different? And then discuss these. Do you use them? Why not? Why would someone switch or stop using a social media platform? Okay. And why are social media platforms like these frequently in the news? Right. Why are they why are people talking about them in the news? Okay. So let's jump into our breakout room here. Okay. And we can begin. Okay. Great. So join your partner here.
Hi, Enrico.
Hi, hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How are you doing today?
This is
I'm
Magda.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. So Enrico from Italy, and Magda is originally from Poland, but she's been living in Italy for a long
Yeah,
time.
I just noticed your name, Enrico. I realized that you're Italian. So.
But where are you living?
In Italy.
Where?
Yeah, it's near Milan. And you?
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about defining features of this tree of social media, because there are all social media. So this is the something that they got. How I can that there are the same in this group.
Some similarities.
Similarities, yeah.
Great. So tell us, maybe tell us about. Maybe we can start with Facebook. So Magda, what is Yeah. What are the defining features
Yeah.
of Facebook?
So, yeah, Facebook is one of the first social media, I think. So it's one of the oldest, I think so. And defining features. So you can like posting there now. I think in these days. So I think that Facebook is more like for the friends. That for the family, for the friends, that you are sharing, what are you doing, the photos, the comments, what are you thinking about some situation. And so for me, this is the definition of Facebook. That's why also Facebook is considered like something for the boomers also, because it's also very characteristic for the social medias that there is the age of the users also. The waste, I don't not waste. The biggest part of user of Facebook are like from 45 to 60, 70, and
Right. Okay. So just remember, not situation, but situation.
Okay.
Great. No worries. No worries. Great. And Enrico, do you want to talk about Twitter or Instagram?
Yes, Instagram. This is the main social media that I use, that I'm using now. And maybe instead of Twitter or Facebook, the photo are more important than the other social media, than the contact, for example. But for example, now Instagram is also a good platform when you can collect news, it's not only a social media where you can find good photos now. Maybe it was at the beginning, but now you can also find good content. You can find news and events or something like this.
Yeah, it's true. You say it's changing a lot too. A lot of education on there, a lot of news. It's true. It's good. Awesome. Awesome. Very good, Enrico. And Magda, you can continue maybe with Twitter. And then when you're done, you can do the questions underneath.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm not a big Twitter user. I get an account on Twitter, but
Most important feature for me.
Yeah, maybe now it's not so much censorship. It's more about the freedom comparing to Facebook. I have the feeling.
Yeah. So very just remember compared.
Compared.
To Facebook. Yeah. Yeah, Twitter does have that feature right now, the new feature, right? That there's no censorship, complete freedom of speech. Yep. And of course, now with X, they have big plans. I don't know if you heard about their plans, but they want to make it into a payment platform. So that was Elon's like original dream with X, was to create kind of like a parallel financial system. So that's why a lot of people think, oh, maybe there'll be a blockchain, like a Twitter coin or even Doge can be included, right, in a Twitter where you can pay people with the native currency. So there are some plans for X. So great. Now who's next?
Yeah, we could jump over to question 2.
Okay.
Why might someone switch or stop using a social media platform? Have you ever done this? If so, why?
Okay, nice. So is it for Martin? You want to jump on this?
Yeah, it's for Martin.
Yeah, I can take it for sure. I've heard some people switching from Facebook, like Messenger, to Signal. And I've heard some of my classmates did it because it's like not stealing your data or something. So they are worried about the privacy. It's not really about how fast it is or stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, privacy is a big thing. Great. Ferry, would any other reason why people might stop completely or switch social media platforms?
Yeah, I have some women friends which stop using the social media platforms, or at least they had a break. Maybe because they were annoyed by a man, typically on the Instagram. But I have never heard the same story for the man.
So no women stalkers on there. Yeah. Yeah. That is a common thing. I have heard it as well. So just remember, I have a friend, not which, but who.
Cool.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Anything else, Stefan?
Yeah, I've heard about young people leaving social media platform because Instagram or also Facebook or others, all these pictures of attractive people having a beautiful life, and this is kind of negative for their feeling, because they have a normal life and they don't have always sunny days and a lot of adventure, and that's why a lot of also young people leave these platforms, or invest not as much time in these platforms.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great reason. Exactly. It's just, yeah, we're going to talk about that later on in the next one. Great. And Ferry, did you want to ask the next question?
Okay, maybe for Martin. Why are big social media platforms like this frequently in the news?
Mm, because of how popular they are. Because like Twitter, it's like a big thing, like so many millions of people use it every day. And when something happens, like the ditch or some password breach, it's very sensitive information. And it's both important for people to know, and it's also interesting because people then can choose to like switch, like the switching from Messenger to Signal.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, that's a good one. So breaches, right? Security breaches, that's a big reason. Any other reasons, Stefan?
Yeah, for me, it would also be the usage of this platform, and of course, these are the most most known tech companies, so they're very famous, and of course, everybody knows them.
Of course. Of course. Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of things in the news talking, a lot of controversies. The security breaches are one, they're big, so they're getting a lot of power, right? Like the monopolies. So there is that concern. Okay, great. And very anything else? About 10 seconds.
Because social media platforms, they have freedom.
All right, great. So Ferry, maybe Ferry is let's see. So maybe Ferry, can you tell us what you were saying?
Yes, I was saying that bigger social media platforms, they easily influence the people, and they can influence also the election.
That's another one. Exactly. They can influence elections, they can influence people's behavior, very political. There was a a lot of controversial things concerning that. Okay, good. Good. And Magda, tell us what was something interesting that you talked about with Enrico?
So Enrico, he told me that usually he used Instagram and Facebook, but he's not addicted to the social media. So he is using Facebook to check what his friends maybe are doing in this moment sometimes, and Instagram also to check some news, photos. But anyway, he's not addicted. So yeah, he has never stopped using social medias because of this reason, because he knows when he want to use it, he uses it. He use it, yeah.
He uses.
Uses, yeah, he uses. But if he doesn't want, so he stopped.
I see. So very, just practical, casual use, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, awesome, fantastic, great. Next activity, everyone. So great job here with the warm up. Now we're going to get into some expressions that are a little bit more specialized, right? So first, look at these words and try to define them with your own words. Now, you can give words that are the same, you can explain, you can give examples, situations, anything like that, synonyms, just to explain them. And the second part is how, are they, how are they connected to social media, right? So, for example, when you talk about false happiness, well, first, how could it be connected to, these right here, to these or to one of these? Sometimes it's more one than the other. How can that, for example, be connected to them? Okay. How can rivals be connected to social media? Okay. And then once you're done with that, you can do one and one partner one partner the other. And then just look at these. Okay. These are, this is vocabulary that is, connected to these. Which one is it? Is it Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram? So basically choose the correct one here. Okay, which one is it? Okay, and that's it. And then if you're done, you can always ask other questions that are connected to social media, just so you can practice using the vocabulary and also so you can get comfortable speaking about these topics. Okay, so great. So you can join your partner here. Okay, so join your partner.
Okay, so we can start. Rivals.
Yeah, so rivals.
Rivals.
Okay, you want to start, Ferry? So what does rivals mean?
It could be people who have some influence, I think, very important people. It could be Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. Two rivals will meet in the fight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so maybe rivals, maybe people who are competing against each other. Those
Like
are rivals.
opponents.
Opponents, that's a good one. Another word, yeah,
Not
opponents.
not maybe necessarily like enemies, but opponents for sure.
Right. Right. They can be enemies, but yeah,
Can be, yeah.
opponents, just people who are competing, who are,
Right.
for something. Okay, that's a good one. Rivals, perfect. And Enrico, another one of these words.
Titans of tech, or titans.
Titans, yeah.
Titans of tech is referring to the big company who works in tech,
Exactly.
like Facebook or Meta, maybe.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, exactly. So who would be the titans of tech? So you have Meta. Any other ones?
Twitter,
Yeah, Twitter can also
or
be.
maybe Google, or Microsoft.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Maybe even Amazon. But yeah, they're the titans of tech. It's like the tech giants. You'll also hear people talk about the tech giants. Good, fantastic, very good, Enrico. And maybe Martin, you can do the next one.
Sure. I can take the regulatory concerns. I think we mentioned it in the previous group that when these companies have so much power and so much influence, that there can be some regulatory issues and like safety concerns, like when it comes to our data. They are in charge of handling and taking care of the data, and they must be like very careful, because when there's a breach, it's like a huge problem for everyone.
I agree.
Mhm.
Next one.
Medias, maybe, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I know that Uber has a lot of regulatory concerns because they want to be just a platform, but they also have people working for them. But I don't have the context to Instagram or Facebook. Of course,
Yeah.
they have concerns
Maybe
on
because
the
they
regular
wanna like
base.
sell the products also on Instagram, because I heard about that they wanna like become like Amazon, something like that. Like they wanna, yeah, they wanna sell you know, the products, a lot of products, like, you know, from this application. I heard about that, so maybe it's gonna be something like that. I don't know.
Perhaps it's the
Mhm.
algorithm which has influence to what you are seeing on Instagram and what you are not seeing. This
Yeah.
could be one issue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Then no.
and so Stefan, sorry. So you could say instead of Uber, you could say Uber.
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 Thank you.
This is the only one word that we can say like you read.
Yeah, that was a small. I mean,
Yeah.
no big. It's not a big deal. Great. All right. So Magda, you started saying something.
No, yeah, I was talking no stranger to controversy. So maybe like there's nothing that that is weird. Yeah. So yeah, on the social media, maybe there are no topics that are weird, so you can talk about everything. Yeah, I don't know if it's connected with it.
Could be, could be. What do you think, Stefan? When let's say, let me give you the context. So when they say, for example, Meta is no stranger to controversy.
Okay.
Meta is no stranger to controversy.
So this means they are familiar with controversy. They are used to have controversial discussions about them and to being criticized.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
this the meaning?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a stranger to something, means you don't know what it is,
Mm.
But when someone is no stranger, that means they're always controversial, right? Or
Mm.
they're used to being in controversial
Mhm.
situations.
Okay.
So it's an interesting expression. It's nice. Someone is no stranger to controversy. Good. Perfect. Very good, Stefan. And maybe you could, if you want, you can do the last one, Stefan. False happiness.
Yes, false happiness. This is in my mind. I think about Instagram with all these happy people having beautiful experiences, and they are all rich and good looking and always happy, and that's not reality.
It's not.
I think, I'm not sure. Perhaps it is.
Maybe for some people it is.
Yeah, for Magda it is.
I don't know. I don't know. But it's true that when you are posting, usually you are posting something, some good moment, you know, something nice, some adventure, some trip. And then your feed looks like only trips, you know, adventures, good people, good looking, you know, dresses. And, but yeah, it's not the real life. So this is maybe that social media is not always real life.
It's not. Yeah, no, it's just a part of life, right? And it's, of course, it makes sense because people only post there.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not gonna say, hey, I'm sitting at home and I'm not doing anything,
But
those
anyway, there are also the profiles that are showing, you know, okay, I'm depressed, I have this illness, you know, I'm struggle with cancer. I'm so yeah.
It's true, you do have that. You do have that kind of subculture, right?
Yeah. So yeah, this is a subculture of anyway.
Yeah, showing the best version of someone. So yeah, it's natural.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's true. Great. So let's look at the these terms. Okay, so these so for example, let's see, but you could do one.
Yeah. Which platforms are mostly text-based posts? So Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's some people were also saying, Facebook now, because Facebook gets a lot of like now it's, sometimes
Yeah.
like big posts with something or ideas or stories or paragraphs. And it's a little bit, so yeah, it could be, but Twitter is mostly.
Yeah. In the original Twitter. Yeah. And
Mm.
then
Yeah.
you can also.
Yeah, exactly. The original Twitter was more. Now they have videos and pictures, and also
Yeah.
Facebook originally was,
Yeah. Yeah.
but Facebook also has a little bit of that. Okay, great. And Stefan, maybe number two.
On which platform can you retweet something? Yeah, it's in the name, so it's Twitter.
Exactly. Great. So continue here about 1 more minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I
couldn't
watched the
watch
first
it
two
anymore.
seasons. Yeah, it was too much.
Nice. How are we doing? Are we done with part 3 too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Very good. So let's see. What maybe what have you heard, about actually that's the next one. Um so for example, let's say Enrico, when you said, how often do you, let's say, add stories to your on Instagram?
Not often. Maybe when I am on vacation, I do some stories
Okay.
because basically I have something to share.
Okay, great.
Uh,
And let's say, Martin, do you use Twitter or X?
No, I haven't used Twitter at all.
Oh, never. Okay, wow.
I'm
Okay.
not familiar, like, what's the special ingredient there, so I didn't have the need for the use of it.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. So let's go back. All right. Very good. Very good. So, let's see. Let's double check these. So maybe the only one that could be a little bit confusing would be no stranger to controversy. So maybe Stefan, you had a really good definition for this one. So maybe can you explain what it means?
Yes, controversy is, they are familiar with controversy. They are used to be criticized because they are really big and all of billions of people are using their platforms.
Exactly. So, all these social media platforms, right? There's always something like, oh, Instagram or Facebook did this or Twitter did this or Elon Musk this. So it's normal for them. Controversy is normal, so they are no stranger to controversy. Great. Awesome. So the last mini conversation before we do our reviewing exercises is this one. Okay, we're going to talk about threads. Okay, so first of all, do we know what threads means, but outside of this context? Of course, here, threads, is the name of an app, right? But do you know what a thread is? Anyone?
Like a line of, I forgot what it's called, but it's used for like knitting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's say you have
Like a line of wool or something.
yeah, like line, or you have any type of fabric, right? So it's created with like Martin said, like a line or a thread, which is like, let's say, cotton, and then you use that to sew.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a thread, and then also in on Twitter. Does anyone here use Twitter? Yeah.
Yes.
So for example, maybe Ferry. Have you ever seen this word on Twitter or on X?
Yes, I think it's something related to topic, and then you can join the topic and to add your ideas to the thread.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, thread is like
Pin, like yeah.
Go ahead, Magda.
Like pin, yeah. So yeah, the same he told, but you can use the word pin, I think, also.
Yeah. So I think you're thinking about a different one. So the way I see threads, of course, it's connected. It's definitely connected. But threads is like when there is a post and then followed by a different post. So you always have like, this is a thread. People will say a thread, like, and then it's like one, and then it's one post. Two is a different, but it's connected to the post.
Okay.
So and it's kind of like a page. Each tweet is like a page. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and sometimes you have threads that are 20, 30, 50, and it's kind of like like a page, like a book. Page 1, page 2, page 3, thread 1, thread 2, thread 3. But it is connected. You can definitely pin one, which that's the one that goes to the top. And like Ferry said, people can also comment and add to it, right? So here we have threads, but it's an application called Threads. Have you ever heard of it? Okay, what do you think it's about? If you do know, you can share. If you don't know what it is, okay, what do you think it could be about? Okay, so just predict this. Okay, and let's do this. Okay, and great. So join your partner for this.
So, hi, we're in 4. Okay. I was watching the video you sent me, David, before the lessons quickly, so I know what is thread. So maybe if you watch it,
You're prepared.
but
That's good.
I have never heard about it that before. So yeah.
Before that, okay. Well, then you'll tell them if they're right. If Enrico and Martin. So maybe Enrico, do you want to guess what it's about, or have you ever heard of it?
Yes, I have heard about Threads, but I only know that it's the new competitor of Twitter, made by Meta.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's
There is the fight between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg,
yeah.
and I have heard that they want to fight at the Colosseum room. It
Yeah.
was an option that was circulating online.
Yeah, well, it's a big, it's a big thing. It's a big thing, and it's also big marketing. It's good for marketing too.
Yes.
Yeah, because they are talking about that. So
Yeah. So, but I think it will be a big event. If it's real, maybe it's not, but if it is a real fight, I think a lot of people will watch, not because they're good fighters, but because it's so crazy. It's
because
like
they are who they are. So yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay, great. And let's ask Martin. Martin, do you know anything about Threads?
Yeah, I know a little bit, even though I'm not into Twitter. I've heard that it's like a copycat of Twitter, like it's so similar.
Mm.
And I think I also heard that there was like a lawsuit from Elon, and
Okay.
he was mentioning like a use of trade secrets, something
Yeah.
like so vague that it's not possible to like like confirm it. And he was also mad that some employees from the Twitter were like stolen or went to help with the threats, and he was so mad about it as well.
He was. And
Yeah.
that's part of the reason. That's
Yeah.
So
that's
for
part
sure.
of the reason
But
for
I mean, it's legal, so
Yeah.
his anger is like
Yeah.
like
it's like-
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
like it's
The
not
thing
important.
is, a lot of people are, Mark Zuckerberg and Meta, basically they have two strategies. They bought Instagram, they bought WhatsApp, or copy. They copy.
Mhm.
It's on TikTok, they're like, oh, we have Reels. oh, Snapchat, they have, hey, stories, you know, so they copy
Sure.
everything or they buy. They
Right,
don't
like
create
yeah,
anything.
so two things, like buy American way and copy Chinese way. So
Right? That's the two options. It's the two
Mm.
options. And
yeah,
so-
always.
And Elon didn't like that. Elon was like, no, like create your own. Don't be, you know, you just copy everything. You know, he was tired of that.
Hmm.
So then that's why you know
You can do it anyway.
so great, great.
Yeah.
Great. So maybe share a few more other things. Maybe Magda, you can talk about what you
Mhm.
learned about it and maybe you know your opinion about it. You
Mhm.
think it's good, you think it's bad, all that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, for me, I had the same opinion like for the YouTube. So for my past years, I didn't mind to have adverbs, but I think 2 years ago I paid for my premium account.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I have less adverbs, but the influencers always add inside the adverb that you cannot skip easily. And you need to
Oh,
watch it. So
yeah.
It's true. It's true. No, I like you know premium. It's because those ads are
yeah, it's too much.
listening to something and you're enjoying it, and in the worst possible moment, they come in. It really is an investment, I think. And
Do you know the subscription fee of Twitter or of X? I don't know.
yeah, I think it's like well, they said it was $8 a month,
$8. Okay.
$8 to get the you know the tick mark.
Yeah.
But like everything, Instagram copied it now. So now Instagram has that if you pay to get the tick.
Uh,
So
maybe.
they're copying everything. Every you know that's the model to copy.
Mm.
You know. All right, everyone. Great. So let's share something. So Martin, maybe you can share you know a highlight, something that you talked about.
Mm, yeah, I mean, we were talking about the rival battles, that it's not really our problem and it's for them to figure it out. And Magda was talking about like Twitter being the best for her, like use of social media for now. And if Threads is even better, like sure, why not?
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we're going to talk about that. So but before that, let's look at this picture. Okay, so Enrico, tell us about what do you see here? What is this picture all about?
I see the most important entrepreneur in tech industry, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg,
Hmm.
and they are in front of them. Maybe because they imagine is referring to the fight between them and between Twitter and Threads.
Exactly. So is this like a real picture or what do you think?
No, it's a fake picture, maybe with artificial intelligence. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's exactly. So that's the, you know, that's one AI picture. This is another one. This
It's provocation.
yeah, they say this is the real one. This is what you know happens behind the curtains. Yeah, but that was funny. That was funny. So this is so Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, right? The fight of the century. So let's look at the video here and see what they talk about. So first of all, you know, they'll talk about Threads. What is it? How do they describe it? And there's going to be one place in the world where it won't be available. Where is that, and why not? And what happened with Musk and Zuckerberg? Right? What are they going to do? You know, what's happening with them? Okay. And what has Threads been branded as? So when something is branded as, it's given a brand, or it's given a name, or it's they're calling it something. So what is the catchphrase? What are they calling Threads? Okay, so let's watch this this short little, about a minute. Then we will speak, and then we'll watch the second half of it. Okay, so this will be in parts, so that you can speak and you can discuss these ideas. Okay, so this is a real report from the BBC, from a couple weeks back. So some of the, again, Twitter is not Twitter anymore, but it's from 3 weeks ago, I think.
The social media giant Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, has officially launched its new app, Threads. The app will be linked to Instagram and is widely seen as a potential rival to Twitter. Meta describes it as a text-based conversation app. Users will be able to post up to 500 characters of text and 5 minutes of video and pictures. It will not be available in the European Union because of regulatory concerns. Our North America technology correspondent James Clayton reports.
Last month, these two titans of tech challenged each other to a physical fight. It wasn't clear if they were joking. But Meta's new app called Threads is deadly serious for Twitter. It's been branded the Twitter killer. These were my thoughts just after the app went live.
Okay, so let's just discuss these ideas here. You can find the questions on page 2. Okay, on page 2, you can find this right here. And yeah, just talk about this. What did they say? What is Threads? Any details, would be okay. Great. So let's join our partner here. Okay. So join your partner.
Hope you have a glass of red wine in front of you.
Not now, maybe later.
After that. Yeah.
Great.
Okay, we can start with the first one. What is Threads and how is it described?
Yeah, it's a new app launched by Meta as a competitor of Twitter, and it's linked to Instagram, and it's a rival, and it's called Twitter Killer. So that's the approach they launched it.
Exactly. They're branding it as a Twitter killer. Interesting what they're saying. And maybe Stefan, you can ask Enrico the next question, number 2.
And also, if I just add something, it's a competitor because because on Threads you can write 500 character.
Yes.
And not only 145 or 40 characters as a Twitter.
Exactly. So yeah, so it is like a text. You're right. It's a text-based, app. Whereas like you were saying in the last conversation, Instagram is like a photo-based or video-based one. It started photos, now it's video-based app. But Meta, they saw, hey, maybe we need a text-based, app, so they created Threads. Yeah. Now I think the 140 characters, that was from the old Twitter. Now they increased it.
Okay.
A lot more, but originally you're right. It was 140. So yeah, that's true. That is a good one. Perfect. Very good. And Stefan, can you ask the next question?
Yeah. So Enrico, where won't Threads be available and why not?
In Europe for regulatory concern, if I understood correctly.
Right. Yep.
Do you know the background of these regulatory concerns? It's the EU and the Datenschutzgesetz. I don't know the word. It's the law of data.
Yes,
and
the
governance.
GDPR.
Yeah.
GDPR, exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's yeah, General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, which is a big thing nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe you can tell us more about it, Enrico, about GDPR and what does it do, or what's
It's an European regulation about data, and I know that there are a lot of restriction for data company or tech companies, and that's why, for example, most of them they don't want they are not sharing apps in Europe for this regulation.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Now, a lot of people were saying that, Threads is just an extension of Instagram. So actually, they're connected. It's kind of like Instagram and Threads are almost like one app. So people are saying, why? If Instagram works, if Facebook works, Threads is just an extension. But they have to go through the bureaucracy. They have to approve it. So great point. And maybe Enrico, you can ask Stefan question number 3.
Yes. What did the tech titans, Zuckerberg and Musk, challenge each other to?
Yeah.
Maybe in the beginning, yeah, because the people are curious. So then we don't know about that, yeah.
Exactly.
That's true, and yeah. First, when I started to use social media platforms, I started with Facebook, but right now I switched to Twitter because I think maybe it's more about the freedom right now.
Why do you think like that?
At least Elon Musk claim it.
Okay.
I agree. I think Twitter is changing. It's basically an experiment. The way I see it, it's an experiment right now with and Elon is very he's very experimental and he's a visionary. So his vision right here is for Twitter to kind of be an app where the influencers, where there are no employees, the influencers, and the community runs it.
Okay.
And
So,
they want to add payment, maybe a crypto, maybe Dogecoin, or another coin there, so that it can be a payment platform. You can also pay, and where the company shares the revenue, they share money.
okay. Yeah,
Profits.
because anyway, the social media are the people are the engine of the social media. If nobody posts, nothing. So they couldn't, earn the money. Also, I think also Instagram is like almost like a website of the companies. It became also Facebook, okay, but more Instagram. So anyway, the people are the engine of the.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he gonna share the money with the people, it's something different. Yeah, the income. So
Exactly. It's that, and also there's a push on Twitter. And one of the biggest problems that people don't see, but it's there, are bots. And on TikTok is full. It's all bots. It's like 90% bots. And Instagram is also full of bots. Full. You think they're real. You think the photos are real, but it's bots. It's artificial activity, artificial. So they want to create, for Twitter to be a real, like a human.
Okay.
And so, that's the vision. We'll see if they're able to do it. Okay. Great. Maybe let's ask Martin what his opinion is. So Martin, any, what do you think about all of this?
I mean, I guess I'm on no one side. I not really interested in the threats. I don't think I will be using it because I haven't used Twitter at all.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah, I won't probably use it, but when they mentioned it wouldn't be available in Europe, I guess I wouldn't be able to use it anyway.
Yeah, yeah. This is weird. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
it is quite weird.
Okay, and Ferry, would you like to try Threads? Why or why not?
Not right now because I'm not big fan of Mark Zuckerberg, but I would like to see how they compete each other.
Right.
It will be interesting to watch over time.
That's all right, everyone. Great. So let's continue with the video. So I heard in several of the conversations, and also I hear it even in the news here, that like official channels, that they say in Europe Zucken, but it's Zucker.
Zucker, yeah.
I heard even
Zuckerberg.
even politicians and people in the media on TV, like here in Europe, they say Zucken, but it's not Zucken, it's Zucker. It's you see. So yeah, just a short little point there. But let's continue here. So now we're going to have this. He's the correspondent. He's a tech correspondent. So the tech correspondent is like the person in charge of technology, for the BBC. So he's like a tech expert, and he's going to talk about, the app, what it's like. So here, what we want to pay attention to, the correspondent, what does he say about it? How does it compare to Twitter? Okay. What are some, what does he say basically about it? Okay. What does the, yeah, so that's it. So let's look at this here. Okay. And continue watching, and then we'll have, we'll go back into our groups and discuss his, let's say his review of Threads.
So first thoughts, this is just very similar to Twitter, very similar. Only looks like there's one feed here. In terms of optics though, identical. Okay, what's this? Can you retweet? Oh, repost, not retweet. This is an article by a friend of mine, so I'm gonna repost this. Add to story. So this is different. So you can directly add a story to your Instagram. Yeah, this is just so clearly directed as a direct competitor on Twitter. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to work that out. However, although this is essentially a copy of Twitter, experts say it's a pretty good copy and one that could be a problem for Elon Musk.
I think he should be worried. I think he should be very concerned because this is a real challenge to his platform now. And there hasn't been a real challenger platform until today. And it's only going to get better, I think. So I think that he will be concerned about how many people are talking about it and how many people are starting to use it.
Mark Zuckerberg said he wanted the app to be used by 1 billion people and that Twitter had had the opportunity to expand, but hadn't nailed it. But for some, it's a little odd that people frustrated with how Twitter is run might be going to a Meta-run platform. Meta is no stranger to controversy. Last year, whistleblower Francis Haugen said the company had put profits over safety. Mr. Musk tweeted after the launch, "It is infinitely preferable to be attacked by strangers on Twitter than indulge in the false happiness of hide the pain Instagram." But if this was a fight, it does look like Mark Zuckerberg has had a good first round. James Clayton, BBC News, San Francisco.
Okay, great. So our next activity here, we have some sentences taken from the video here, part 2. Okay, basically just say if they're true, false, and why. Maybe give details, So basically here, part 2, true, false, and then of course you can always give your opinion that are connected to these as well. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so great. All right, so join your partner for this discussion.
I can start from the first one.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
the correspondence says Threads looks identical to Twitter.
Okay. I'm gonna okay reply. So it's yeah, it's true. He told that the treats looks almost it's almost optically identical to the Twitter and very similar. So yeah.
Good. So it's very good. That's remember not thread but thread.
Thread. Okay, thread.
Yeah, and not identical but
Identical. Okay.
identical. Good. No, great. And maybe Matt, you can read number 2, and then we'll
Okay.
ask Barry if it's true or false.
Okay. The correspondent reposts and adds a story from Thread to his Instagram.
Yeah, I think that's true. He mentioned it's possible to repost and add to his Instagram profile. So I think that's true.
Yeah, so that's a good
Yeah.
point. That's where the kind of the two work together. You
Yeah.
can-
And you can also from the Instagram upload to the Facebook.
exactly.
I know.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what he's trying.
All connected.
All connected. Exactly. Yeah. Good. Next
Okay.
one.
Yeah. So I'm reading. The correspondent says Threads is clearly a genius platform.
False. No, he didn't say that it's a genius platform because it's like a Twitter. But anyway, this platform can be a big competitor with Twitter. So yeah, because before they hadn't got one. So
That's true.
yeah.
That's true. Yeah, they had. It was pretty much the only text-based.
Yeah.
Has been pretty much the biggest, text-based. I mean, some people say, these forums, but forums are a little bit different. Kind of like Reddit, and all these other ones. They're text-based, but it's more like forum. Different forums and chats. So it's different from Twitter. So, yeah, interesting. Great. So continue here.
Okay.
1 or 2 more minutes.
That they can create different programs and independently and not copying by the other one an app just because they want to be at the same level.
Yeah, the analyst said like Elon Musk should be definitely worried because of how popular the threads can become.
Yeah.
And I mean, even like, it's a prediction by Zuckerberg, but he also like posted somewhere that he is expecting like 1 billion plus users on the threads at some point. So for sure, it's a rival to Elon.
So you think, the thing is he's, because he already has so many users on with Facebook and Instagram, it's easier to kind of onboard them because they're like, oh,
Right.
Just click on this link right here, and then you can go read some articles instead of downloading a new application and starting from zero. You're already part of the ecosystem in a way. Great.
So it's both a threat and a thread.
It's a threat. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, it's a big threat. It's a big threads. It's a threat.
Big threat.
Yeah, great. And Stefan, do you want to continue?
Yes, Meta was involved in a controversy in which they were accused of prioritizing profits over safety.
What do you think?
Yeah, this is true. So they were on court and they were accused. So it's right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They were. They have been. They're no strangers to controversy. That's like the British pronunciation or American controversy. Exactly. Yeah. Perfect. Great. And awesome. So let's see how much time we have here. maybe 30 seconds. So maybe Enrico, you can start maybe with the next one. Do you think that Threads will kill Twitter?
I don't know, because Twitter has a good fan base, but maybe it could be because the new is always attractive. And yes, it could be.
Okay, everyone. So let's get ready for our last one. Okay, last one is very interesting. It's a very interesting, um, you know, very interesting topic here. So here, basically, you're going to look at, they said that Elon should be concerned. He should be worried. Now, how concerned would you be if you were Elon Musk, right? If you were him, right? Would you be worried about Threads? Would you be like, oh no, it's nothing, and why? Okay. So, do you see this rivalry, right? Do you think that having Threads and Twitter competing, do you think it's good or bad, and why? What are the positive and negative outcomes or results in this situation? Okay, so think about from different perspectives. So of course, there's the user. Is it good for users, right? For the industry, but also for the companies themselves. You know, you can also talk about, oh, maybe it's good for Meta, but it's bad for Twitter, or vice versa. Okay, and then the last one. So this is what Elon said: it's infinitely preferable to be attacked by strangers on Twitter than indulge in the false happiness of hide the pain Instagram. So let me unpack that quickly so you can speak about it. Basically, Elon says it's better to be attacked on Twitter, to have this toxic, culture on Twitter, than to indulge or to enjoy or get pleasure in the false happiness of hide the pain Instagram. And basically the idea behind this, in the interview, they were saying, Elon was saying, Threads is just going to be the Instagram version, but text-based. On Instagram's like everyone's rich, everyone's fit, everyone's happy. Like Threads could be that, where it's like, oh no, there are no poor people in the world. Like everyone is rich and everyone's happy. Like there's no depression, no one's sick, everything is perfect. But it'll be text-based, you see. So they'll kind of push this idea that everything is good, so it won't be real. It'll just be like a false happiness, just like on Instagram or other platforms. Okay, and so he says it's better to have something that's real but a little toxic than something that's not toxic but fake. Okay, so talk about this. What do you think about it? And this should be interesting right here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, great. So join your partner for this discussion here.
So I will ask you, so how concerned would you be about threats if you were Elon Musk, and why?
I think he's a really clever guy, so he's not a lot concerned, because of course he knows there is a mighty competitor, but I think he's clever enough to reach progress with Twitter and to do a better version, to launch a better version.
Good point. Nice. And anything else?
I wouldn't be worried if I were Elon Musk, because he created he upgraded the Twitter, and he has a vision. So there's always some space for improvement, and I think he's a mindset, he has a vision, and he can manage more projects at the same time. So I think he'll only improve, and he has a backup plan about Mark Zuckerberg.
Great. Yeah, so just remember, he bought.
Oh,
Acquired.
he acquired.
Yeah, he acquired Twitter. Yeah, and he has big plans for it. Very good. So now talk about this rivalry. So maybe, Stefan, you can go next. If you think this rivalry is a good thing or a bad thing, and why?
Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah, I
What
can
do you
start
think
this
about
one.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess I would say it's healthy to have competition and rivalry. It's good because when you have like two companies, so the Threads and the Twitter, like they will be trying to improve, I think, and they will be always adding like more new features and some like maybe more specifics, like their features that will attract more people. And when there would be like only one company, like imagine there would be only the Twitter, then maybe Elon Musk wouldn't care that much about adding new features and taking care of the users and things like this.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It could be an opportunity to review the strategy and also maybe
Mhm.
to listen the needs from your fan base and understand why people like your competitor and why yes, and try to
Yeah.
readapt your vision, your app, business.
Great.
Yeah.
Good ideas. Yeah. Yeah, I think it can be good. It always, competition always, you know, all the competitors they're pushed to improve.
Yeah, like athletes, you know,
Right.
if they were not with the competitors, so we could not have, you know, the result that we got now. So
Right. The athletes.
yeah.
Good. And so maybe, what do you think, Magda? So let's talk to you about this one. Do you think it's better, do you agree with Elon that it's better to have some toxicity, some, attacked by strangers on Twitter, than to have a beautiful, positive, but fake world on Instagram? What do you think is...
I think that nothing from this both, you know, situations are good. So, but you know, he has to like, you know, say something, something positive and something negative on his competitors. So he's just fighting, you know, fighting, and there are the Elon Musk, you know, fans and the Zuckerberg's fans. So
Yeah.
I don't think, you know, one is better than another.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg, yeah. Because I know that you said there's so now I forgot his surname.
Everyone says Zucken. Maybe, right, I don't know.
Also, the reporter in the video say Zuckerberg.
Yeah, we used to say like that.
Yeah, Zucker. Yeah, so it's, but technically it's like it's a Zucker, right? Who knows? Yeah, who knows? Oh, great. And so maybe Enrico, you can say, what do you think about these two realities? Real but toxic, or a little aggressive maybe, or fake and perfect and happy? What's better?
I don't like fake reality, and I don't like a toxic conversation because I think that the haters on Twitter are fake, and they are different person in the reality. And maybe it's the same idea of the fake reality on Instagram.
Oh, I see. Interesting. So it's also fake. It's just,
Yes.
It's okay. Interesting idea.
On Instagram, the people cover under a photo, on Twitter under a text.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, and Martin, what do you think? The same question.
He has no.
Let's see. Are you frozen?
No.
Okay, cool.
So, what do you think?
Was there a question? I
Just
froze
about
because
the
we were
about this Twitter, like kind of like this toxic or kind of, culture, or this kind of fake false happiness of Instagram. What do you think is better?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting question, but I guess I would go for like the toxic reality instead of the false happiness on the stories and on the posts, because it's always better, like in real life as well, not only on the social media platforms.
I see.
It's like, do you want the perfect happy relationship like on the paper, or do you want like a
So Martin, can you finish what you were saying? That it's, do you prefer? Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer to have well, it doesn't have to be toxic, but the straight reality, like what people think, instead of the perfect, like idealized stories and posts.
Right. Right.
But in everyday speech as well, it doesn't have to be only on the social media platforms.
I see. Yeah, exactly. So great lesson, everyone. I think we covered all the main things. There are a few exercises that you can do. Part 3, is you have some adverbs there that you can do. You can also, look at the last page, which is a review, page 5. But I think we covered the main ideas. Any questions before we finish? No? Okay. So great lesson, everyone. Good job. Okay. And keep, enjoy the rest of the week, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thank
See you
you.
guys.
Thank
much.
you.
Weekend.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.